Well, welcome back. Okay, all right, start it. Here we go.
All right.
Welcome back, everybody, to the BMX Podcast. My name is Kevin Wilson, and as always, I'm joined by my co-host, Danny Pena. Thank you very much, Danny, for joining me today.
Absolutely.
And since Danny's joining me, I thought we'd talk about apologize for last week's or yesterday's episode, which will be last week by the time this video drops. But we had 2 people on with us. We had 4 people total, 4 different people at a couple different points, and we had some connectivity issues. And so I apologize. I edited that video the best I could. So I just wanted to thank everybody for watching it. And I actually included a disclaimer on when I said, fair warning, this video is terrible.
Honestly, Kevin, I think it still has value. I mean, like I was watching it. I think you and I were chatting about it. I watched it and listened to it on my ride to my dad's yesterday and on the way home, and it's still good. I mean, as far as I know, it gets choppy because of the connectivity issues, and Danny was up and down, unfortunately, and then we had to bring in an extra guy. But by the time we got to the trivia, we seemed to find our stride, and then it was really good after that. So. I think I told you, it's like not everyone's going to be perfect, and I think that's what brings the realism of the show, and I like that. I like that it's raw. It's just us talking. You know what I mean?
They're not all 10s, man. They're not all 10s.
Not at all. Not at all. When I do my videos, man, and Kevin and I were chatting before we started recording, and I told him, I go, man, every time I finish a video, I think to myself, man, that wasn't that good. I always think of that myself, and then I watch my own videos and I go, no, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I think it was okay. I just have to reassure myself, that it was okay. Same thing for you. Yeah, and your platform is hard. It's much harder than mine because I'm just by myself.
Yeah. Well, it's you definitely have to get used to looking at yourself, and you have to get used to not judging yourself. And
right.
It's rough. It's rough. But I'm over it now. I just don't think about it anymore. I just do it. But anyway.
Well, the good thing about it is we did come up with the plan to try to track the points for the contest, and we did find.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah,
okay.
With bringing people on, that helped, and I think that spreads the word a little bit of what our goal is to do. And did you have a chance to look at that at all, Kevin?
I haven't. Okay, I've done it in my brain, but I think that Marty's in the lead right now.
Okay.
He has to be in the lead. But what I want to talk to you about was that I think we need to limit the amount of appearances people can make, because if someone could come on 10 times and get last every time and win, right?
Yeah, so that's true.
I'm thinking that I don't know if we should. I guess I need to calculate how many weeks are to the grands, and then come up with some sort of number, like 4 total, 4 max or 5 max appearances, and then go from there. And then we need to figure out what do we want to give something to second and third place? What I don't want to happen is something like with Ronnie Anderson and the ABA, where someone's hating us for the next 20 years saying that we screwed him out of $200. I don't want that to happen, right? So I want to make sure that everybody understands, because I want to make sure that we do this right. But to be honest with you, no one's responded to me, dude. So I don't even know if anybody's even interested.
Well, all we can do is try. That's all we can do. And then I was thinking about it like as one thing I was going to ask if you're interested. I was going to reach out to there's a guy named Nick for DeSanti, and then the other host of the Rail of Burns podcast, Al brought him up. He's another guy, and there's Bobby Motomag. He's a third guy. I'm connected with all of them on Facebook. So I was thinking, if I can get the 3 of those guys to agree to come on, it'll be like a Rail to Burn reunion on our platform, and we can do some trivia with them. I'm going to try to reach out to them, and I'll connect you, and I'll put you in the chat with them, and we'll see if we can get these guys to agree. I think that would be a really fun episode.
Their podcast is no more? They retired?
They retired it, yeah. So I think it might be cool to say, hey, do you guys want to come on ours and just play a little trivia, talk a little BMX, and see what they think about that? I think it might be pretty fun.
That would be kind of fun. So what do you think? Do you think that we should do? I mean, do we do like 3 points for first, 2 points for second, 1 point for first.
Oh, you mean to make it the lowest points, or because that's backwards?
Three for first, second. Okay.
Oh no, I hear you. Okay, yeah, you can do that.
And then what happens? I'm playing every week, so if I beat somebody, I can't win. Do they get second place points or first place points?
Oh, if you beat them, they only earn. This is my opinion, but I would say if you beat them, they only get second place points. They have to beat the host to get the max points. I think that's good. It's not like you're going to hurt them overall. They're still going to score, but I don't think it's. I think it's the fair way to do it. So at least you have a reason to be there. You're the spoiler of the whole thing.
Okay, so as this idea comes to fruition, let's say that we got first place 10 points.
Mm-hmm.
That wouldn't even first place 20, second place 10, third place 5.
I think that's what we landed on when we were talking last week on the wrap up. Yeah, I think that's okay. Yeah, that's pretty good. Is your wife pretty good with Excel, by the way?
I'm pretty good at Excel. I can do it.
Oh, you are? I'm horrible at Excel. I could read them, but I hate to create charts. So maybe you could put it on an Excel sheet or something that.
Yeah, I will. I'll make sure I have that for the next episode. But so from this point forward, let's say that it's going to be 5 appearances.
Okay. Max.
So if someone's already been on twice, they got 3 more chances, right?
Right.
5 maximum times you can come on, and 20 points for first, 10 for second, 5 for third.
Yeah, that'll work. If I
beat you, you get second place points.
Yeah, if you come in first.
Now, so what happens if we have 3 people on and I come in second? They get third place points.
They get third place points. Yeah, you're just basically taking. If you podium, they finish wherever before or after you. If that makes sense. Yeah.
Now, what happens if we get once like the last month or the last week or the last 2 weeks? If someone has just an outstanding lead, they win, right? They don't come back.
Yeah.
Right? We're never going to have a championship where the 2 top or the 3 top people go against each other, right? Unless that they're real close together in points.
Yeah, that's a good topic because we can do double points, triple points. If the lead seems like it's getting too spread out, hey, tonight's triple points. We're going to bring 4 people on or 5 people on. And give that way it's give somebody a chance to score more than the standard 20.
Dude, we can run triple pointers, man.
Yeah, exactly. So that way we can keep it interesting. So if it looks like, let's say you said Marty's probably got the lead, right? We don't know officially, but it sounds like he has the lead, right? So if Marty's way out there, we're like, hey, we're gonna do triple points tonight if somebody wants to play, and that'll give him a chance to make a dent and catch up. I mean, hell, that's what BMX is all about, right? Triple points, double points.
If Marty had any more appearances left, he could come in for the double or the triple pointer. However, if he doesn't, then other people could catch him.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. We could do that. It's a lot to organize.
But we would have to plan the double or the triple pointers out ahead of time. Right?
Yeah.
We couldn't just arbitrarily say, okay, next week is a double pointer, because that wouldn't be fair to people planning their appearances, right?
Yeah. Now, I was going to ask you this, by the way. You mentioned it. Do we start with what we have already, or do we start over? Technically, if you wanted to start over from right now, we could and go, okay, nobody has points. We're going to start from 0. That we can have people come back and play. We can do that if you want to, if it makes it easier for you, so you don't have to go and who won this one, who lost that one. That's another way we can do it. Because remember, it's only July. We can play all the way to November. So if that being the case,
that's what I'm thinking, dude. That makes it a cleaner contest.
Yeah.
But We would have to do it last week.
That's the thing. We already told. I guess last week we can count that as the official first one.
They knew what they were playing for.
They knew they were playing for money. We already announced it, so we probably should leave that in there. So we'll say, hey, let's start from last week. These are the only people that have scored, and then we're going to bring people on. And I'm going to try because I was thinking about how do I get people on, and I try to follow people on Facebook that are BMX racers. So I'm going to try every once in a while just to message, hey, do you want to play? Are you interested? Here's a copy of a clip, because you do clips all the time. Here's a clip. This is what it looks like. We don't need any superstars here. We just need people to love BMX to want to come on and play, and then we can do stuff like that.
This video will undoubtedly be a clip tonight.
There you go. So that's a good start, right?
Okay, so just to recap, to make sure I'm on the same page, that we're on the same page.
Okay.
The contest started last week. As of right now, Shane Wimberly is in the lead.
Yes, that's the cleanest way to do it.
Shane Wimberly has 20 points towards the
title. Yeah, towards the title. Yeah, there you go.
Al has 5 points.
5 points.
I have 0.
Yeah.
Because I'm not pointing for the point. Now, at some point, Danny and I will announce a double and a triple pointer in the future ahead of time. Each individual player can play 5 times total. So you have to space out your appearances. But you can't do your last 5. You can't do all 4 of them the last 4 weeks of the competition. You have to space them out, right?
Yeah, that would be funny.
And if you'd like to play, reach out to Danny and I, and we'll go from there. But that'd be sick, dude. Then we have it would be great to try to have the final mega with the 2 top guys in the last week or whatever like that. But we have to figure out how the points stack out. We have to do it. We're following ABA rules, right? So ABA rules is it doesn't matter who wins the main at the Grands, who has the most points against the title, right?
There you go. Yeah. Who gets that title?
Right?
That works perfect. Yeah. And then
okay.
So that means that anybody that's been on the show prior and has played, now you got to come back. Now you can start fresh. None of your previous games counted anyway.
And Shane's Marty's probably saying right now, man, I had the lead, dude.
He did. He had the lead. But I don't know. That's okay. Can you see me, Kevin? It looks like you're frozen. I'll give you a second to come back on. Well, Kevin might be stuck, but I think we're on the right path with this contest. And like I said in previous episodes, we want as many participants as possible, regardless of your race history. And Kevin and I are like factory intermediates, and we love that title. So anybody want to come on, just come on.
Oh, man. All right. So Danny made a national main as an intermediate.
Yeah, I've done it a couple times. But the thing is like, even when you're not an expert and you make a main, it's still like, it feels like this massive accomplishment for some reason. Yeah, because there's so many other kids there, and it's just there's a lot of pressure when you go to a national, and it's almost like this. I was going to talk to you about that when we were at Dirty Fest and we're all hanging out. It's almost like I'm kind of relieved I'm not racing, because then I don't have to go through all the nerves and worrying about getting on the gate and racing. But at the same time, though, I was going to ask you, it's hard to just watch sometimes. Like, I was like, man, I wish I was racing. I was thinking about it when we were filming, and you and I were in the center of the track, and I was filming. I go, this looks like so much fun. I was a little bit jealous.
But I got to go. I got to go to work, and I can't be sitting in the hospital for 3 weeks. So that's why I didn't do it. Just out of curiosity, dude, you never really told me, how did you do in the main, and did you have quarter semis and semis and all the, I mean, were you up against like 60 guys, or was it like 10 people, or how did that whole thing shake out? Well, the first time you did it, or any time you did it for that matter.
Well, I think my favorite one, I used to race in this association called EBRA, which is Eagle Bicycle Racing Association, because I was under ABA, and the track operators for, like, I think it was probably 3 or 4 tracks that said, we don't want to be under the ABA, we're going to do our own thing. So they started their own association. and they started a national series. It was called the Super Eagle Shootout. And so you would go to one of their tracks and race one of their nationals, and it was all in California. And it was probably some of the most fun I've ever had racing BMX, even though it was a smaller, obviously a smaller rider count. Like our nationals would have like 60, 70 motos, because it was much smaller. But I was 13, and I got, and I think that there was 2 full racks of 13-year-olds, and I made it. We had to do. I made it through my rounds, and then I got into. There was no semi, but I got into the main, and I won that main as 13-year-old. I was 13 or 14, might have been 14 actually, yeah. And we were considered experts for that, so that was pretty cool. But ABA experts, probably not. But for that one, yeah, and that was probably my favorite one. I still have the trophy in the garage. I got a couple of them because we did those. But ABA, I made the main at the Silver Dollar Nationals in Reno, and I made it in the I think I qualified out in round 2. Back then you had to do 3 rounds. I made it, and I go, I'm in the main. Hell yeah. I was super pumped up. And the gate dropped, dude, and I'm telling you, I was probably sitting 2 going into the first turn, and I just slid out and fell. Nobody was near me. I just slid and fell all over. I had to get up and chase the pack down, and I got a trophy like this big for making that main.
So so in other words, it was a three races to get it first. You got your first on the second race. You went, there was no quarter, no semi, you went directly to the main.
No, I can't remember what they probably went like 2-2-2 or something. I really couldn't tell you. It's so long ago, but I did make the main. I have the clipping somewhere in a photo album. I made the main there, and I made the main at the U.S. Nationals in Bakersfield. I made that main. That was a mud fest. I was about 16 now on that one. And by the time it rained so hard, Kevin, by the time the main event came, only 3 riders showed up for the gate. So I'm like, I'm guaranteed to get something. And I got the 2 guys were bigger guys like you. They were much taller than me. And so they took off, and I was chasing him going. And I just talked about this the other day. You go over the first jump, and then you start to go through the first turn, and there was a massive mud puddle right on the inside of the turn. And the 2 riders went up high. And in my mind, I'm thinking, they're leaving the door wide open. So I dove right under them and hit the puddle. And it launched me off my bike, and I just fell in this big, massive mud puddle. I was covered in mud, dude, and that was horrible. The next day, the track was much drier, but that was that Saturday one. So I did that at least 2 main events at ABA Nationals. Oh, and I made a third one. How old was I? 23. I raced the Summer Nationals in Sonoma, California, down the street from where my parents live. Had to go to that one. Dude, I went to that one, no training, nothing. Had been off the bike for a good year. And I go, I have to race it. It's in my backyard. The first day I got motoed. Didn't even come close. The second day I went, my confidence level was coming up, and I was thinking, okay, I'll just go as hard as I can and see what happens. I made the main, and then when I got into the main event, I finished 3rd. I think there was only 6 of us or something like that. So I still have that trophy. That's my national experience.
Man.
That's it.
That's it, dude. Goose egg.
But I can tell you, the other ones were just motoed, just got motoed. That's all that happened.
Dude, you said something that triggers a thought that I had, because I've been wondering, like, we've talked to a couple pros on the show, and Shane kind of alluded to a little bit, right? He I was in their class, but I wasn't in their class.
That was a good statement.
Different levels of pro. And I will, next time we talk to a pro, I want to ask him if it ever became not fun. And what's the line where you come, you know what? This isn't fun anymore. Mm-hmm. I couldn't imagine it ever not being fun, but I'm sure it's happened, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm wondering, each individual person probably has different times or different levels of when it became not fun. And I was kind of curious. That might be kind of an interesting question to ask the next pro that we have on. Hey, you know what? Did it ever become not fun? Like just work or a job? I mean, it just kind of struck me when you said that was the funnest time you ever had.
I think that's a good topic, Kevin, because if you think about it, there's like let's say you watch NBA or NFL, any pro sport. And even the bench players that never play, they were all superstars in like high school, college. They got to that level. So like you look at Shane must have been a crazy, great local racer if he was able to make that jump all the way to AA pro. I mean, that's a huge, huge accomplishment. But you're right, though, if you're going week after week and you're spending all this money and you're just getting smoked by these guys, yeah, after a while, I think it would start to get to your mental psyche a little bit.
Even the premier guys, Greg, Stu, all of Ronnie, all these guys, at some point they got to say, this ain't fun anymore. And do they go past that, or is that the line where they say, I'm done with the sport?
Yeah, that's really good. You know, I was watching a video with Barry Nobles before he's hurt this year, so he's not really racing. But a couple years ago, he was experiencing burnout. Like he's like, oh, I'm having a hard time getting motivated because he was dominating in the vet pro class, and I think he was already on his second title, working on the third, and you could just see the fire wasn't burning with him. He's like, I got to find something to get me going again. You know, because I guess you can experience burnout, especially if you're out there racing like week after week after week after week. Did you experience that at all, Kevin, when you were actively racing? You never felt like, I think I'm done with this? Or
I don't ever remember quitting.
Really?
I swear to God, I don't remember my last race. I don't remember nothing. I remember nothing but pleasure. And I wasn't like, you know, I wasn't the fastest guy out there. I was on a scale of 1 to 10. I was probably 8 on my best day.
Yeah.
But I mean, I absolutely loved every time I went to the track. I never let it stress me out. I never let it bother me at all, man. I'm just happy to be there, man. And so you had mentioned one of our viewers or one of our subscribers reached out to you about gearing, right? About what gear. Right? Did you say that?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he said he wanted us to talk about what gearing they think is most popular. And I read his question, Kevin. I've been a 44-16 dude since day one. I think I've dropped to a 43 once or twice, but that's it. I've never really. How about you?
You were a 44-16, really, on all tracks?
All the time. I just ran the same gear. Did you change your gearing a lot?
I started out 44-16 on my Jag, and probably my early bikes. 44-16 was, from what I remember, was pretty popular, pretty common back in the late 70s, early 80s.
Right.
But once I started racing, it was 43-17.
Oh, wow. What did that feel like? Was it easier to pedal it? Did you feel like you were spinning at all?
I didn't spin, but it was easier. And I never even considered changing my gearing ever. It was always 43-17.
Maybe it's because we were at more of a local level. We weren't at a super competitive national level where you're seeing a lot of different tracks. That might be why I didn't feel like it was necessary for me to change the gearing, because I think that Skyway's a 44 and my GHP's a 44. I don't think I've changed. I always run the same gear. I know the guys that run those big monster gears, I don't know how they do it.
To me, a 44 is a monster gear, dude.
Oh, really?
I go, man, that's big.
It feels so standard, you know. It feels very simple, or it feels very easy to ride for me because I'm so used.
What do the completes come with? Like a Silver Streak or a Mach 1. What do they come with?
I'm guaranteeing you they're probably 44-16. And I don't know for sure. We're gonna have to research that, but I would gather that they're going to be 44-16. That's what I would gather. Now that brings me up to the next topic, Kevin, which I was going to share with you. I snagged this while we were at the at Dirty Fest, right? Yeah. And this is Bob Harrow's new bike, and look at the gearing on that. I don't understand that. Like that's the freestylers do this sort of small gearing in the front. And what do you feel about that? Have you ever ridden anything like that with the gearing that small?
Yeah, I was riding that freestyle with my sons when they were in their, I don't know, teens, early 20s, or late teens, in their teens. And I believe it's 13 and 9 or 16-9 or something like that.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time seeing this because it's very dark in here. Let me see here. So, man, it doesn't say the sprocket size on here at all, unfortunately. So I can't really tell you. But I've only ridden one bike like that. It's my my ex brother-in-law. He bought one of those Haro retro rebuilds, repops, and it had that small gearing on it. Surprisingly, Kevin, that felt hard to pedal. I'm like, why is this so hard to pedal with that tiny little gear in the front?
I always thought it was. I never seen any problem with it. The only reason why not the only reason, but one of the major reasons they do it is so when the sprocket doesn't get hung up on ledges or any rails when they're doing tricks. If they go over and they're doing like a grind or something like that, or a pedal grind or a crank arm grind, that little sprocket doesn't get hung up or didn't get bent on the obstacle. That's why they do it.
Okay, well that makes sense. What was your thought about this bike, by the way? I know you and I didn't really discuss much about it on our recap.
I think it's expensive. What was the price on that thing? Like $1,000 or something?
I don't know. I know that I watched a few videos where he launched it, and you and I missed the launch because we went back to your house that night. But I'm wondering, like, he said it's going to be expensive, guys, because it's really expensive to produce 100 frames. So I have no idea what the bike costs. With the way this bike is built, it's got to be at least, my guess would be $1,500. But I don't know. What do you think? What would you be willing to do?
I just don't know who would buy it. To be honest with you, I'm not. It's a beautiful bike.
Right.
You can't ride it, so you're gonna buy that. You're gonna spend that much money for it. You're gonna put it in your office and look at it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't ride it if I bought it. I mean,
it'd be a collectible for you if you bought that?
Why would you? I mean, if you wanted to ride a bike, you could get a repop Performer or a repop anything and for $700, whatever.
Yeah.
That's me.
That's what I wrote down, Kevin. I'm glad you brought that up. So there's a lot of retro rebuilds, repops now. Like Mongoose has it. Obviously, that's a repop. My Skyway. And they have and the Torker just came out from Supercross. Made that.
Yeah.
What's your feeling about these retro repops with the modern technology, the V brakes? How do you feel about that? Do you like it? Do you dislike it? What's your mindset on that?
I don't know. What do I think about it? I think that you want me to tell you honestly?
Yeah, why not?
I think it's a money grab, dude.
Well, yeah, obviously, because I think you mentioned
they don't care nothing about new school technology. I think it's just I think it's lipstick on an old bike, dude, and they're rehashing what they had before. It's like remaking a movie. Lack of creativity, lack of forethought. Let's take what worked before and let's put some lipstick on it, change a couple of stickers, and there we go. Honestly, that's what I think.
I like it because it gives me options now, as opposed to like if I wanted to race that bike, I technically could, but I like it just as it gives us more options because I like the old chrome molly, old school look. I love that. And so that's why I'm like, man, I wouldn't mind having something that's a little bit more modern, but still has that 80s vibe with the chrome molly and all that. I really dig that still. I like the new bike too.
If you really wanted to race, you're not going to race that Skyway, dude. You're going to go out and you're going to get yourself a Rift or something that's ultra fast, right? You're not going to race that bike.
I could. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I could. I technically could. I'm fast on it, but I think I would rather ride something a little bit more on the modern side. But I was looking at, like, let's see, whose bike was it? Who has the S&M? That's Marty. Marty's got that custom S&M built up for racing. I love his bike, man. I love that chrome molly. He even has a disc brake on it. So he kind of has the best of both worlds, where he's rocking what appears to look like older technology, but it's still modern. It's probably because of our age, but I like that. I don't know.
Well, yeah. I mean,
if you go back to racing,
I know nothing. I mean, Factory intermediate. Take it for what it's worth, dude.
Yeah,
that's my opinion, dude. I just think it's a money grab, and I mean every company's a money grab. I get that.
Yeah.
But I don't know, dude. I just don't know who's going to buy that bike. It's beautiful. I told Bob it's a beautiful bike.
Right.
And I just don't know. I'm sure he'll sell them all.
Yeah.
But can you imagine going to pools or ramps or skate parks with that thing? There's no way. No way.
Yeah. I get worried about that getting scratched. I'm like, that's one of the reasons why I haven't raced. And I'm like, what if I drop, or when I drop it, or someone hits me, it's going to get scratched. And I don't want it to get damaged. And I know that sounds kind of lame.
Why would you need internal cable routing on a freestyle bike, dude? I mean, overkill, dude. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. I don't understand it, dude. Like, I just don't. Does it have now? The handlebars were trick.
You want to look at those again?
Well, you can't. You can show a bit now. The handlebars were vector-esque, right?
Yeah, and I saw a video with the 808 cruising guys, and I think they're going to go without the stem. It's going to be stemless. He was showing the different version of the bars.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah. So this one has the stem on it, but I think they're going to go stemless. And Bob mentioned he's about a year away from coming up with a race bike. So right now it's just freestyle. And I think this is going to come in a 24, 26, 29. They're making the bigger bikes too, which seems to be the rage, as you and I both know. It's a big rage right now.
Now we're talking race?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I see it's not uncommon to race a $4,000 bike or whatever the case may be. I get that. Now I'm on board.
Now you're on board. If you were to go, I know you only race special events like Dirty Fest, things like that. But if you were like, hey, I'm going to get my USA BMX membership renewed and I'm going to race a few locals, would you want to race a repop? Like, would you build a Torker or something, or would you just get a modern bike?
I race my Power Light, dude. I swear.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh my God, man.
You would just take that out, huh?
I'm going to get smoked if it's on my Power Light or if it's on a brand new 2025 Haro. It doesn't matter. So I'm going to get smoked on an old bike that I love.
Yeah, you're more comfortable on the bigger bike, right? On the older bike, I should say. The older.
Yeah. I'm not at my size and age right now. I'm not comfortable on any bike, but I'm more comfortable on my Power Light for sure.
It's funny, your Power Light. I had the GT Box Series, which was basically about the same year as your Power Light. So when I was looking at your bike when you had it on the bike rack, I'm like, man, that looks a lot like my GT, just the way it's set up. And I loved that GT, man. Like, I bought it off some kid that worked for me. He said, hey, man, my buddy's got this frame. Do you want it? I said, bring it to work. It was a 98 GT Box Series, just a frame. And I go, man, that looks like it's never been put together. And he goes, no, it's just been hanging on his wall. Yeah, I'll give him $150. Sold. And then I just took the bike home and I put it on a shelf. And then one day I go, I'm going to build that. So I was just slowly buying parts for it, and piecing it together, which I think is really fun, by the way. I love doing that. It's just so expensive, right? Yeah. But I put it together and then I left it sitting in my office, similar to what you see here. And then one day I just was bored out of my mind and I go, I got nothing to do. I was recently divorced. I'm like, I'm going to go race. And I signed up and raced it. And I raced that bike for probably a year before I decided I had enough of it. And it was very raceable, dude. It was super light. I mean, I loved it. Yeah. Like yours. I
wanted to show up just to trip people out. Like, what the hell is that thing, man?
Yeah.
Every once in a while, I go over there's the Gail Webb skate park, probably about 2 miles from the house.
Okay.
And, I go over there. It's not a skate park. There's Gail Webb Action Park where they got dirt jumps, stuff like that. And I go over there every once in a while. Like, I'll get on the do a jump or two and go around the pump track. But yeah, dude, I'd race my Power Light.
Nice.
Sure. Yeah.
I got another question for you then, Kevin. What is your take on pump tracks? Have you ever ridden one? Do you like them? Do you think it hurts the sport, helps the sport? What do you think?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't hurt at all. all it does is help get kids on bikes, and I think it's great for older guys like us because we don't have to nut up and do a jump. We can just manual over everything and get our rhythm back. So yeah, I have no problem with it. At this point, I have to run my tires very, very with a lot of PSI in them, or else I'm going to slide out. But you wouldn't have that problem. But yeah, no, I like it. I think they're fun.
Have you've ridden a pump track before, the all asphalt ones? Have you ever ridden one of those?
Yeah.
Man, I've never had the opportunity to ride one of those. So I don't even know what it's like.
Watch out for little kids. That's all.
Oh, really? Is there one near your house? Is it pretty far from where you live?
No, it's about a mile and a half.
Oh man, next time I'm come to your house, dude, we have to go mess around with that.
Eddie Fiola's. I see pictures of Eddie Fiola over there all the time. Eddie
no
Fiola,
way.
I think Stu was out there once or twice.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I've never seen him out there, but I for sure have seen pictures and videos of Eddie Fiola out there with the other famous guys riding the Gail. And Gail Webb she's in the Hall of Fame for her contribution to the sport. Gail Webb?
Yeah. I actually watched her in her induction ceremony.
Yeah, so they have her own action park named after her.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Good, interesting Gail Webb story.
Go ahead.
When I had my bike shop, probably 2008, 2007, I was up in Tehachapi riding mountain bikes.
Okay.
Tehachapi, and I think it was Tehachapi, and we're at a restaurant, and I parked and I had a big felt sticker in the back of because I was a felt dealer, and I had a big felt sticker in the back of my truck. Anyways, this lady comes up to me and goes, "Oh, you ride bikes?" And I go, "Yeah, I ride bikes. I'm an old racer, and my brother worked at GT and stuff like that." We start talking. She goes, "Oh, I did some work with GT." I go, "Really?" She's like, "Yeah." I go, "My name's Gail Webb. I did some work with GT, and I do some freestyle stuff."
Oh, nice.
And, I'm all okay. I wasn't aware who Gail Webb was, and then I called my brother. I go, "Dude, do you know who Gail Webb is?" He's like, "Dude, she's a legend, man. She's done all kinds of stuff with GT and all these skate park tours around the country." I was like, "Oh wow, I didn't know that." So she approached me and started a conversation with me, and I had no idea who she was. And then I found out from my brother, "Oh yeah, she's a legend." So
nice.
Yeah, I live very close to her action park.
Okay, so you've skated past this topic at least twice now. What's the deal with the bike shop, dude? What was that all about? I didn't even know you had one. You and I have had tons of personal conversations, and you brought it up in one of our podcasts. Like, I want to have a bike shop. I'm like, this sucker never told me he had a bike shop.
So I did. There's a video. One of my first videos ever I made was about my bike shop. But so I'm going to give everybody the 10,000 foot view on a bike shop. So when I started I was a regular bicycle dad. My kids rode BMX. I dabbled a little bit. I'd take them to skate park and that type of thing. Yeah. And then I wasn't happy in my job. I was a claims supervisor for an insurance company for property claims, and I wasn't very happy. And I was like, I wasn't good. But I made a very good living doing this, but I wasn't happy. So one day I go, you know what, man? I want to start my own bike shop. And at the time, my kids started getting into these freestyle scooters. Those scooters with the little wheels on them?
Right. Like a Razor scooter type thing. Right. Yeah.
But Razor that's just the entry level. Then it goes crazy expensive. Okay. So my kids were doing these scooters, and they were BMX. And I was looking at the market, and I was taking these stores and these shops, and I was like, my God, these kids are spending a fortune on this stuff. I go, maybe I should try it. So I cashed out one of my retirement accounts. I think it was $6,000. I had $6,000 to open up a bike shop with no experience.
Holy crap.
When I say no experience, I didn't even know how to adjust a derailleur on a bike. Yeah. I just opened this bike shop, and I opened the bike shop with, I think I had 4 scooters and 3 BMX bikes, and that was it. Oh, and some skateboards. I had some skateboards too. And for anybody who wants to know, if you want to see what my bike shop look like, go to Friction Ride Shop on Instagram. It'll have pictures of my bike shop. It'll have the very first picture ever taken at my bike shop. Friction Ride Shop on Instagram. Check it out. It'll answer the questions for you. But that being said, I had my bike shop for about 4 years, man. I mean, I eventually I learned how to work on geared bikes. Eventually, I was able to buy a bunch of different bikes. I could never afford really any real expensive mountain or road bikes. So what I would do is I sold Haro, not Haro BMX bikes, but Haro mountain bikes. And I would sell $7,000 mountain bikes out of a catalog, man.
No way.
I didn't even have the bike in the shop. Here's the catalog and has the price, and I could just talk a good game and
So you just order it for them. They'd come pick it up when it showed up.
They would pay for the bike. I would order it with the money that they gave me. I'd put it together, and then I'd take my cut off the top. And
wow.
It didn't happen every day, but the most expensive bike I sold was a carbon fiber Di2 electric shifting road bike for I think it was like $11,000 was the most expensive bike that I sold.
Wow. So your shop wasn't really specifically BMX. It was just a little bit of everything, man.
A little bit of everything, dude. Just like this
bike. Oh yeah. So that lasted about a year for you, or how long did that go?
4 years.
Oh wow, dude! I never even knew that.
Yeah.
So what made you decide that was it? Was it like COVID or just the economy itself, or what?
I just got it was I could never compete with bigger shops because I didn't have the money for the inventory.
Okay.
Other shops have $300,000 in inventory, and I got $5,000 in inventory.
Right.
I talked a little bit to Joe Tippett about this when I interviewed him. One of the times I interviewed Joe Tippett, we talked about he started a bike shop with like $50. I started with $6,000. But what I really loved was selling the scooters, dude. Like, ironically, BMX riders, teenage BMX riders, and teenage scooter riders hate each other. They absolutely hate each other. But I sold both of them at the same shop. And to be honest with you, Christmas time selling those Razor style scooters I was making a killing, dude. I'd sell like 200-300 scooters for Christmas.
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy. And dude. So one day I said, I can't do this no more. And the market went down. I forgot why I couldn't do it, but I just closed up shop and I liquidated the business and started driving a truck.
So were you on your own in the shop? Did you have employees? Were your kids helping you out with it?
This is horrible, dude. My kids, when I opened up the BMX shop, the BMX portion of the shop. Yeah. My kids were hardcore BMXers, but they went to a different shop. So my kids wouldn't even buy stuff from me. They would go. They would go to the competitor and buy their BMX stuff because they were. Like everybody, so everybody would go to this other BMX shop. I mean, every once in a while I'd pick up BMX customers, but what was the question? I already forgot what it was. Oh,
were you on your own in there? Did you have employees?
So I was on my own at first, and I kept trying to hire a mechanic because I couldn't work on bikes.
Yeah.
And then one day this guy comes in and he goes, and I was trying to adjust. I was trying to fix a rear derailleur, and I forgot there's two little screws. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with the screws, and he sees me like having a hard time with it, and he goes, "You need some help?" And I go, "Dude," "if you can adjust this derailleur, I'll give you his job as a mechanic." And he goes, "Okay, no problem." So he comes by the counter, boop, 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 boop. No problem. I'm like, "Wow, dude, how did you do that?" And so he tells me the story about how he worked at a shop called Bicycle Odyssey in San Francisco.
Okay.
You never heard of him?
Never heard of it, no.
And Robin Williams was one of their big customers that came in.
Wow.
And he would tell me stories about how Robin Williams would come in and drop just ungodly amounts of money at this bike shop. Well, he worked at this bike shop for like, I don't know, a long time. And he was like the master mechanic. Dude, this guy was legit, went to school.
Wow.
This guy was a legit master bicycle mechanic. He could do anything. So I hired this guy, and now that I'm thinking, I'm good. Anything comes in the door,
you can fix it. Yeah,
anything. I didn't care. And so what happened was I would at first I was charging like $60 for a tune-up, and he's like no. You got me. You're charging $100 for a tune-up. I'm
nice.
like, really? I couldn't imagine people paying $100 for a tune-up to tune up a road bike. He goes, trust me, I got your back. As sure as shit, dude. People would come in, $100 for a tune-up, and he would actually charge people to set up their bike, like the seat height and the. I go, come on, dude. You don't know. It's all subjective, dude. You don't really don't know what you're doing. He goes, I absolutely do. So he says there was bike shops that had like what's it called when the air
compressor?
No, when they get down and the air blows and how the air goes over your helmet.
Oh, the aerodynamic stuff.
Aerodynamics.
Yeah.
There's bike shops that have just rooms where you get down and then you can adjust your bars up, down. You can adjust your seat. You want to be up. You want to be all this stuff, right? And I'm all, you're so full of shit, dude. There's no. He goes, dude. I charged $200 just to fit people on the bike.
Holy crap!
I go, dude, you are so. There's nobody gonna pay $200 for you to adjust their seat. No way.
Right.
And dude, people would come in and they'd come in, they walk out, and it was $500 for to adjust their bike and to tune it up. I was like, wow, crazy. So, anyways, this guy he really helped me out a lot.
Yeah.
But eventually he quit, and I hired another guy that worked at Intense, the mountain bike company. And it was great, dude. It was great. Some of the best times I've ever had, but all good things must come to an end. And I closed my bike shop. I can always say that I had my own BMX team.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Do you miss doing that, or is that something you think you'd ever want to do again?
The BMX team was rough, dude. Rough.
Yeah.
So I alluded to it in the interview with Richard.
Right.
And so I went to I had no business starting a bike shop BMX team, but I just wanted to do it. So one day I go, I'm going to start a BMX team. So I went up to Grand Prix, which is the local track. Yeah. And I went up. This is before Mike Redmond owned the track. It was another family. And I went up to the store, whatever the office. I go, hey, I own a bike shop. I want to start a team. Anybody out? You know anybody that wants to ride for a team that wants to get sponsored? And they gave me a few names. Yeah. And I started my own BMX team, man. And,
wow.
It was pretty cool. And I was sitting there. So that was with the gentleman Larry Hess that I talked about. That was on the team. But there was a funny story is that we were all sitting around the starting hill, and I was sitting on my bike, and I wasn't racing. Was I racing? I was racing.
Okay.
But there was a little girl. She was probably 5, 6, maybe.
Yeah.
And she was racing boys, like 6, 7-year-old boys.
Yeah.
Smoking them. And I was like, what the hell's going on with this? And I go to her. I go to the other guy, the other fathers on the team. I go, what's up with this girl, dude?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. She just started. She's only been racing for a couple weeks or something. She's really new. And I'm all, hey, would you like to be on my team? I talked to her parents. Would you like to be on my team? She's like, sure, no problem. I got her a jersey. She goes to the national. Now, she's been racing like a couple months maybe at this time.
Yeah.
She goes to national, wins the Grands.
What?
Yeah.
With your jersey?
Grands. There's a picture of it. If you go to on my defunct Instagram account.
Yeah.
There's a picture of her with a cheesy jersey. Well, I didn't have enough money for like a hot shop jersey. So
right.
I went to Troy Lee. I bought a black jersey, and I went to the mall, and I had them put Friction Ride Shop on the front of it. It was like an iron-on.
Yeah.
And so she's at the Grands. I think it's a Grands. She won the Grand. And and she's holding this, like, I don't know, the trip must be 6 feet tall or something.
Yeah.
And they came back. She goes to another race like a couple weeks later, wins that one, and then she goes, "Okay, I'm leaving the team." She got a factory ride. To this day, I don't know what happened to her.
What do you remember her name, or can you say?
Yeah, Maya Rendall, Rindhal.
Man,
and I searched to see if she kept racing.
But
I never found anything. I think I can't say that I don't know if she continued racing or whatever, but she got a factory ride out of, like, she raced. Wow. So if she ever made it famous, I could be on her Wikipedia page, like I raced for Freaking Ride Shop for two races.
That's awesome, man. Dude, I didn't even know that. That would be cool.
Yeah. But a couple of guys that were on the team told me to. I got a message. No, I don't remember who this was.
Yeah.
It could have been 3 or 4 different people, dads, but somebody messaged me saying I'm a POS and to go pound sand on my team, and they're out. I to this day I don't remember why.
Yeah.
I never really made anybody any promises. I mean, everybody pretty much knew I was broke. But anyway, but it was fun, and I liked it.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
So what do you think about, I was going to take you on to another subject here, because we don't even need to look at a magazine today, dude.
Maybe not.
Yeah, so social media versus magazines. I was thinking about this topic today because, you and I growing up, if we wanted to know about what was going on with the sport, pick up a magazine, right? That was how we did it. Now, everything's online. You got Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all these different YouTube. We have all these different platforms that riders can showcase what they can do. So it's kind of old-fashioned thinking in a way. Do we need a major publication? Is that something you think is necessary for the sport to continue to grow? Because not everybody can promote themselves. You had to be somebody to get into this kind of magazine. So how do you feel about that?
I think they're worthless. Right?
Yeah, you think this is now a thing of the past? Nothing. It could never be resurrected at all. Why do you feel that way?
I mean, you asked, dude. That's my opinion, man. Like,
yeah.
Let's just think about this for a second.
Okay.
We want to start a podcast. I want to talk BMX.
Right.
No magazine, no newspaper. No one is going to put me or you in there to talk about BMX. No one's going to have a column saying, "Ask the BMX, the intermediates." No, it's not going to happen. Right.
Right.
Social media is what got us wherever we're at, wherever you're at, wherever I'm at. We're here because of social media.
Right.
Story. Nobody, just like TV, just like movies, all the same other shit. It's all going away, but more so for BMX or for whatever the sport. I mean, I don't know. I just think that it's a thing of the past, and it's like the rotary phone, man. I mean, it works. I mean, but do you want to? Yeah. Do you want to go? I don't know. It's just like the rotary phone for my perspective. Now, obviously, if I owned a magazine, I would think differently, or if I owned, something like that. But
well, the only thing we have,
I don't even know. Pull, is that still a thing?
Yeah, we still have Pull magazine now. That's still out, and I have to renew my membership with USA BMX, so I haven't got a new one in a while, so I got to renew it. This is a quality magazine, but they changed it from Pull. Eventually, it became Pull BMX, which I think is actually better, because if you look at this cover and you don't know anything about BMX, and someone says, "Hey, have you read Pull?" What's Pull? But if you say, "Have you read Pull BMX?" I think that was a really good move on USA BMX to add this. this portion right here. That's huge in my eyes, because now you know it's a BMX magazine, and this is the closest we can get to what. Oops, I just dropped that one. Let me grab this one. This is the closest we can get to whatever we had in the past. Is this magazine? And this is not like the old ABA newspapers, all black and white. This is all glossy, colored, filled, and very, very well laid out. I like looking at this thing, you know. So
there's nothing on that. There's nothing in that magazine that can't be put online and read and for a fraction of the price.
And that's what I was going to ask you. So how do riders of today promote themselves if this is the only freaking outlet other than social media? Because listen, this is Mike King on the cover of BMX Action. We all know who Mike King is because of the magazine. Now let's say fast forward to today. If Mike King was riding competitively today, the only way he's going to get his name out there is if he's got a very good social platform. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, whatever.
Have you ever watched the New School Freestyle BMX podcast at all?
No, I haven't seen that. Have you?
There's 100 of them.
I have seen other podcasts besides ours, obviously. I've watched a lot.
No. I'm talking young kids.
No.
18, 19, 20, 25, 17. They have their own podcasts, okay. YouTube channels, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of followers, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of views. I mean, kids, you know,
right?
Like 23-year-olds that have followings and stuff like that. There's every factory rider has their own podcast, it seems like. So that's how people get noticed now. They go on these different podcasts. They start their own damn podcast. It's a whole nother world than what we were there. So I still have like a little toe in it from when I had my bike shop. When I had my bike shop, I was watching all these things like, you know, Scotty Kramer, Matty Kramer, all these different really famous BMX guys now. Right. I call them freestyle. They're just called BMX because they ride street or whatever. But there's countless YouTube channels, podcasts, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos out there of guys doing the craziest shit that you can imagine. That's how they promote themselves. They don't need a magazine anymore.
Yeah, I was thinking, man, I was talking to myself on this walk this morning before you and I connected, and I was thinking to myself, how are they getting notoriety? And it is social media, right? I only know who's who of BMX because I watch stuff on YouTube, and I pay attention on Facebook. I watch all the race clips, and that's kind of how I can keep connected to the sport today. Like Isaac Kennedy and all these guys that are really, really good is because I've watched them all the time. I watch their races. The one thing I don't like that USA BMX did is that, and I don't know if we talked about it before, Kev, but they used to stream the races live. You could just turn on YouTube and it's on, but now they've created their own channel that it's a pay service that you have to pay to watch the races. And I don't think it could stand on its own like that. I don't know. And that's just my opinion. I hope it works because I want to see the sport kind of continue to grow, but I don't know.
Do people pay for them to watch races?
Apparently they're paying for this service so they can watch the races when it was streaming.
Let's put this in perspective. They already have the footage, right?
Yeah.
They already have, so they're not paying anything extra for the footage. They already have the footage. All they have to do is cut it up and put it on a charge. So it can probably work if you have, a couple people watching, they can make some money. But what's the line of profit versus what's the diminishing returns? What's the where does it equal? Like we're pissed off more people than we're making happy doing this. I don't know. Yeah. I would never pay to watch races. I mean.
Yeah, and if you wait like a week or two, then it drops on YouTube anyway, and then I watch it because I'm like, well,
who knows? How many people are in the what's it called? USA BMX.
USA BMX. I don't know how many.
I don't know. There has to be someone paying.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it has some sort of value. Maybe they're trying to make it more professional, and They have the interviews on there. Connor Fields does all the interviews and stuff like that. So they're kind of taking it to another level, which I can appreciate them trying to do that. But I just wasn't sure, will it work? And I guess only time will tell, on that. All right, I got another topic for you. You ready?
Yeah.
Why is it that the national #1 pro currently doesn't run the #1 plate all year, and they only run their pro number? Do you have any idea why they would do that? Or, I was kind of thinking about that, because like you see the guy that's national #1, and he's not running the 1 plate. I don't see him doing it. You know what I mean?
So I'm going to ask a question, and I honestly don't know the answer. Can you choose your own number still on BMX, or do they assign you your number?
Yeah, so if you see here, Joris Daudet here, number 33, that's his career number. That's his race number. So that's what he runs. And that's why I'm wondering, I go, why do they run just their career number? Like, if you look back, because I can clearly remember, like, Pete Lonkarovich having that big 1 on his plate all year long, and Ronnie Anderson doing it, Gary Ellis doing it. You see all these guys running the #1. But for some reason now that's not a thing. They won't run that #1 until they get to the Grands again to show I'm the defending title.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and guess.
Yeah.
Just simple rider recognition. People, when they do get in a magazine or a picture, they know that number is theirs. I think of motocross 999, right? That's Travis Pastrana. If you ever see 999 on a number plate, that's Travis. Or number 4 was Ricky Carmichael. Number 7 was Bubba.
James Stewart.
I didn't know you knew motocross, dude.
I used to like watching Supercross.
I had no idea you were a motocross guy, dude.
Yeah, I used to watch it. I haven't watched it in a long time, but I used to, for a while there, I was hooked on watching Supercross. This
opens up possibilities, man. Anyway, so I would only imagine that just like if you looked at a magazine, you see 54, that's Danny Pena.
Okay. So is that, how would you do that? Let's say you're 21 years old, you're the national #1 pro rider for USA BMX. Are you going to run number 69 all year, or are you going to run that big #1 plate?
I'm going to be in a magazine with 69.
Yeah, that's what I thought about it today, man. I was like, why?
Yes, dude. Are you kidding me, dude? It would be 69, dude.
I mean, look it. This is Elise Willoughby, right? She's no doubt the most winningest rider ever. She's got the most titles. She's got a #1 on that plate because this is a photo shoot. But when she's racing, she's got the number 11 on her bike again. She doesn't run the #1. So I was wondering, wonder why that is. Is it a rule? Do you run the career plate? How does it work in Supercross? Do they run the career plate? I know they run
a number.
Yeah, so when they do the red number plate, is that the series leader when they run the red?
I don't know about that.
Yeah. So
I raced motocross for about a year, and when I was 38, so my number was 38. I just chose 38. And my brother was 36, so he chose 36.
Yeah.
And,
Okay. Well, I was just wondering. For me, if I was a national #1 pro, man, and knowing how hard it was for me to get that number plate, I'd run that crap. That's just me. I'd put that big 1 on there. Hey, I won it. But maybe it's a psychological thing. No, I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to run that plate. That could bring bad mojo.
I bet you just as simple as recognition. Because I think you made the comment that uniforms now kind of like you really can't make the distinction of who's who and what's what, what team you're on.
Right.
So if that's the true, which I think that you're onto something there, I think that the number would be the next way that you can just delineate who's the rider on the bike.
Oh, that's a good way of thinking about it. Yeah, like, hey, no matter what, like, look at this shot. How do you not know that's GT? You just don't. I mean, that was just the way it was. You got Eric Roop on the back. Those are Mongoose colors.
Yeah.
Haro. It's really, really easy. But then when you look at this is okay. This guy races for Factory Full Tilt, right? This magazine's from 2021, I think. But look at How would you know that's factory full tilt unless you got up to him and read his jersey?
Yeah.
I think there needs to be a little bit more. The uniforms need to be a little bit more bold versus the product that they're writing. So it's absolutely very clear. Like I think I told you before, I love the way Chase does it. Like you can tell a Chase team rider from a mile away. You know, they're pretty clear. That's all I got, Kevin. Man, we went through every one of my. Oh, I had one more. Hold on a minute. UCI involvement in BMX racing. UCI brings the Supercross racing, the Big Hill, and also led into the Olympics. So with the Olympics being a part of BMX since 2008, what's your feeling about the Olympics? Is it something you're a fan of, something you can do without? How do you feel about that?
You want my honest answer?
Hey, you're always the bad cop to my good cop, so go ahead.
I could care less.
You do not get excited to watch Olympic racing at all. You don't watch it?
I'll watch it.
Yeah.
I'm not on the edge of my seat.
Wow. Okay. No problem.
I don't look for it. If I turn on the TV with the Olympics and it's on, yeah, sure, I'll watch it. No problem. But,
yeah.
No. That didn't do it for me.
Can you tell me who the reigning Olympic gold medalist is?
The last reigning Olympic world, I don't even know if he ever won the Olympics, was Maris Stromberg. Did he ever win the Olympics?
Maris Stromberg has 2 gold medals. The current reigning gold medalist is Joris Dade. And the interesting thing about this guy is he won the gold medal at 34 years old. It took him three tries to get it, and he has like every title you can think of, and he's got 5 USA BMX titles, meaning he's got more than anybody's ever won. And this thing eluded him until like the last Olympics, and then the French swept the whole podium. It was like first, second, third, all French riders.
He's French.
Yeah, he's French. Yeah, and then
is Stromberg's not. He's not French, is he?
No, he's from Latvia. And
when did he win?
He won the first gold medal, 2008, and then in 2012 he won it again. And the funny thing about the 2012 Olympics is that I was watching it, and he was doing pretty well in the qualifying rounds, but he wasn't dominating. And then when he got into the main, he just put together a really good lap and won it. And that's another thing I was going to ask. The gold medal round is one and done, one main event, that's it, winner take all. Would you think is that fair, or should it be traditional, let's go 3 main events, let's say like a old school USA BMX would do?
Is that how it was in old school? 3 BMX, 3 mains?
Yeah, in the old school, man, it's like you got a best out of 3 is going to tell you who's going to win that actual race.
I never made it that far.
Yeah. So currently, I believe that's how it is.
So you're telling me, but this is only for pros. So you're telling me pro main.
Pros only, not amateurs. Amateurs do one and done.
3 races. Yeah. They take the top 3 races, finishers from all 3 races. Okay, right. I have heard that before.
Okay, no opinion on it? Yeah.
If you're the fastest guy, why do you want to race 3 times?
Okay, that's a good answer. I think
the second or third fastest guy, you want to race 3 times.
Yeah. I think because BMX is so volatile, anything could happen. That if you had 3 main events, it kind of makes sure that you're the clear winner of that, because anything could happen in a BMX race. And the thing I feel bad about these guys is they wait 4 years to get to this point. They're on the gate. It's the main event. They've waited 4 years for this. They had to qualify to be on the Olympic team, jump through do all the UCI races, everything they needed to do to get to this point, right? And they fall, or they slip a pedal, or for example, let me give you an example. So Elise Willoughby she's also in her 30s. So she won 1 silver medal so far. That's it, right? She's currently pregnant, so right now she's not racing. But if she was in her qualifying rounds, Kevin, she was looking great. She was winning most of her qualifying rounds. I was thinking, this is it. She's gonna get it. She's gonna get the gold medal. I was getting kind of excited. And we get to the main event. She gets bumped around a little bit. It's just a BMX race. Anything can happen. And she didn't podium. And she was one of the fastest girls that day. So I thought to myself, I go, damn, she didn't get it. If they did 3 main events, would it be different? Because no other Olympic sport's going to do 3 mains. It is what it is.
Well, that brings, man, I hate thinking. I want to be superficial, but I got to go deep right now.
Okay.
Is there, say, gymnastics, right? Is there a team for the Olympics? Is there a team medal or just individual medals?
Individual medals.
No team medal?
No. Think about it, man. It's like there's only one person standing on the podium. It's not the whole team, unless it's like basketball or something like that. Where the whole team gets it.
Wait. Hold on. So if you go to a BMX national, they have team trophies, right? Number 1 team.
Right.
Why wouldn't they have the same criteria under the Olympic thing?
That's a good question.
They don't have this for sure. You know that.
Yeah. It's just who gets the gold. It's gold, silver, bronze. That's it.
That would give riders another chance to medal.
Yeah.
Right? Or so figure skating, gymnastics, or let's say figure skating, they take the average of 3 different runs, right? Or routines or whatever.
Yeah, I know it's something about like, don't they have different categories that you can score in? Like, so
gymnastics, sure.
Right.
Like figure skating, they have different, or snowboarding or whatever. They take the best 3 runs or whatever the case may be. All I know is that if I was the fastest guy out there, I would want 1 race.
1 race. That's a good answer, dude. I'll accept that. I think it makes sense for 1 race. I felt so bad, like when I see these guys. It happened to Connor Fields too. Like I think it was the 2012 Olympics. He was like 19, and he had a shot he was favored to win it, and he just blew up in his main. It's over. It's done. And I'm like, he didn't get it. You know what I mean? And I felt horrible for the kid, at the time. And the same thing with Elise. I was like, oh no, she was looking so good in the qualifying rounds when she got bobbled, she got bumped around, and that was it. It's just BMX racing. It just happens,
Is Elise's husband the guy that got paralyzed?
Yeah, that's Sam Willoughby. Yeah, and Sam has a silver medal. And and here's another thing, Kevin. When Sam got the silver medal, he was the fastest rider that day by far. He was winning all his rounds. But for some reason, Maris just put together a better main. Just beat him to the first turn and beat him. You know what I mean? That's why I'm like,
Mike Day, was he on was that the first Olympics?
He was in the first one. So in the first Olympics, Mike Day got the silver, Donnie Robinson got the bronze, Mary Stromberg's got the gold. And I'm going to tell you right now, I had no idea who Mary Stromberg's was. I'm like, who is this guy? Why is he so fast? Because I thought the Americans were going to crush it, But that was one of our better showings, though, because we got the silver and the gold.
Mike Day wrote for GT, right?
He was riding for GT at the time, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
And Maris was riding for who?
Maris was on. He ended up going to free agent when he came to the U.S. to race, but at the time, boy, Kevin, I can't remember it wasn't an American brand though.
Okay.
That he was riding for. That's all I can tell you because I can't remember back that far.
What's this world coming to when Americans get smoked on the BMX track? Come on, man.
Yeah.
That's like the dream team losing in the Olympics, man. It's like, come on, we invented the sport. Well,
yeah,
that's not true, right? Okay, let me backtrack that because I think there's pictures of Denmark guys riding BMX.
Okay.
In the mid '60s.
Okay.
Yeah.
The world caught up, man. That's all I could say. I mean, they put a lot of money into their athletes, and they have them racing all year, and BMX is all they do. And when it comes down to the, UCI races and the World Championships and the Olympics, it shows. These guys, they do it for a living. They're paid to do it.
You know what I enjoy way more in the Olympics is the park, the freestyle, and the street competitions, dude. I can relate more to those guys than I can to the new racing because of running a bike shop, selling freestyle and bikes to these different guys and kids, and going riding with my kids. I can relate. I would much rather watch the street BMX park. I know a lot more of the guys. I know how to name the tricks, and that's a 360 crank arm reverse oppo feeble grind, and
wow.
I'd much rather watch that.
You know what, dude? And I'm embarrassed to say this. I didn't watch any of that. I didn't watch any of the freestyle stuff. Yeah, now I feel like I should go back and revisit that.
I would rather ride street right now than race. I would have much more fun doing grinds and jumping off ledges and tire tap 360s, 180 fakies and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. That's stuff I did it 7 or 8 years ago. Maybe I can still do it. But that's what I do.
Right on, man. That's good. Well, see, but you're a racer at heart, dude.
Yeah, I'm a racer for sure. But dude, I appreciate you taking the time on this Sunday afternoon to talk.
We hit all my topics. We did it.
Dude. We're batting 1,000 today, man. So I want to thank everybody for stopping by. I'm sorry we don't have any trivia questions for you today, but rest assured, I think we're going to have a whole bunch of trivia coming in the near future. Hopefully, you guys will reach out to Danny and I and to get on the show. And I was a little jealous when Shane said he's been talking to you behind my back, dude. I'm like, man, come on, I want to talk to you. I want to be in on the party.
Yeah. Shane, me and him. He sends me messages on Facebook all the time, and he comments on both of our shows.
Yeah.
So I know he's going to want to play again. He goes, oh wait, I'm the series leader, so I could play 4 more times. Dude, hey, if somebody comes on, Kev, real quick before we wrap, and they go, hey, I've already played 5 times, but I still want to get involved and play that night. Is that still good with you, or what do you think?
No, I don't think that they can. If 5 times is the limit, I think we got to stick to that limit.
Okay, so we can let more people get in there.
Yeah, I mean, I think 5 times is the limit. We got to stick to that, man.
Okay, we might want to tell them. I'm like, hey, you're at 4. You've played 4 times. You might want to wait for a triple points one. Otherwise, you know what I mean? Yeah. There you
go. 100 points is perfect.
Yeah, that'll make the difference.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah.
I sent you a funny email, a picture of an email sent out the legend, dude. Kevin, you're a legend. I was like, yeah, I'm a legend.
You gotta love the positive comments, huh?
I love positive comments, dude, rather than tell me I'm an asshole. So thank you very much for that. And if you want to reach out to Danny and myself, please feel free to do that. I can be reached at BMXPodcast.com. You can check out you can contact me. Mm-hmm. You can ask me to be on the show. You can tell me a story. You can give me you can tell me how I can look better. You can tell me how you want me to. No, I'm kidding. If you would like to contact me for any reason, I can be reached through the website at BMXPodcast.com. And I encourage anybody to go over there and maybe check out the shirts. They fit great. Shirt, sweatshirt, hat. If you'd like to support me, that from my perspective, you could do that. Or you can support Danny because Danny has his own thing going. And once again, Danny, tell everybody what you do.
Danny Pena, BMX Racing on YouTube. We do video reviews, BMX magazine reviews, and I'd love to get to more events and things like that. I like talking BMX. So most of the videos are about 30 minutes long. Please like and subscribe and share. That's all I could ask. And also, if you want to be on the show, best way to reach me is probably through Facebook. That's the one that Facebook Messenger. Hey, I want to join the show. I want to play. And then I'll put you in contact with Kevin right away. And then we'll make that happen. Yeah. Yeah,
dude. So I'm trying to think of what else. Oh, I can't forget the sponsor. The sponsor of today's episode is RIP BMX Wear. by Joe Tippett. If you'd like to support RIP BMX Wear, they make some bitchin' shirts with legendary riders that are no longer with us. They have their images on the shirts. It's all approved. It's all legit. There's no pirated images or anything like that on the shirts. They're all quality stuff. If you'd like to check that out, I will leave a link to RIP BMX Wear's Facebook page in the description of this video. And that is all I can think about for today. Stay tuned for next week. Hopefully we will have a action-packed. What'd you think about the 4 people? I liked it, dude. The 4 people on the screen.
A lot of fun. I liked it, man.
I mean, from the aesthetics of it, I thought it was cool.
Oh, it worked perfectly. Yeah. And it was very watchable. Yes. Like I was watching it at one point I was watching it on TV just to see what it looked like. And I go, oh, that's good. Yeah. You can see everybody. It's really good. So
providing that everybody has a full screen up, not black on the sides. See, isn't it? You can never make me happy, right? At first, I'm just wanting to make sure no one freezes. Now right. I'm trying to act like I'm like, oh, it has to be perfectly, Anyways.
Yeah. Hey,
thank you very much, everybody, for stopping by and spending your day with us. Until next week, Danny and I would like to tell you
the track is closed. All right, man.
Peace out.
Hey, Red.